Hello everybody, here I am once again in the chapel of Archbishop's House to wish you a very happy Easter. You may find it a bit strange wishing you a happy Easter at what we can only describe as extremely difficult times. Finding happiness in the darkness of our world can be an extraordinarily difficult task. It's something that we've all faced up to in these last weeks and months as the coronavirus has taken hold on our countries here in the United Kingdom. It's something which has come very close to us. People we know have died. People who friends know have also died. Others have contracted the virus and are seriously ill. So we remember all of them in our prayers and pray that we'll soon be delivered from this terrible, terrible suffering which we are undergoing. But there is always light in our darkness, and this week I received a letter from a young man called Daniel who asked me to send a message to everyone that Jesus was with us and that he is walking with us in our difficulties. A message of hope. And the way he suggested I do this was by seeing that the bells at the Metropolitan Cathedral are rung out at midday on Easter Sunday. And that's precisely what we've arranged. And it is also being done by the other Catholic cathedrals throughout the country, and indeed those churches which have bells which can be rung without bell ringers but are automatic, those that can be rung by external means. So, or perhaps just one person, the priest going in and tolling the bell. But that message of hope will ring out across our cities. So I'm grateful to Daniel for that initiative. But it got my mind working, as where else do we look for signs of hope? The Gospel today finishes with the other disciple looking into the tomb, the empty tomb, and it says, he saw and he believed. The other disciple. So my prayer today is to ask the Lord to help me to see the other disciples so that my faith may be strengthened. I want that shaft of light to come into my heart to enable me to be strong in my belief in the resurrection of Jesus. So where do I look for the other disciples? I suppose the first place to look is amongst other Christians, because we're the ones who call ourselves disciples of Jesus. And we can see so many of them putting their best foot forward and working in all the support services which we desperately rely on. Everyone from the bin men to the consultants in ICUs in hospitals throughout the country. Everybody who plays a part in delivering our food to our doors or to the supermarkets, people who educate our children when they're not in school, people who care for those who are elderly in our residential homes. There are so many people who I would like to call the other disciples, because these are the ones who are so full of the love and kindness and generosity of God that in them I can see God and Christ himself, and that strengthens my faith. But also I see people who have no faith. They're not Christians, they're not necessarily people of the other great religions, but they too are working hard so that their fellow human beings can resist this virus, resist this attack. And it's in them too that my faith is strengthened. So I want to thank all those people who are Christians, people of other faiths, the great faiths of Islam and Judaism and Hinduism and all its variations, and all those who are Christians but of different denominations to myself, and all those people who perhaps have no explicit religion. But I want to thank them for bringing the joy of the resurrection of Jesus into my life. and to enable that joy to grow into strength, which will hopefully, and I say hopefully positively, because our hope is based on the resurrection of Jesus, that hope will bring us to a new stage of community, of care, of love, of working together within our society when the coronavirus has been vanquished and is just a distant memory.